is Annika Victoria and I'm from Sydney, Australia. I started sewing a little over 7 years ago. I'd never been good at sewing in high school, but for Christmas one year, my dad bought me a sewing machine after he had seen me doing just a little bit of hand sewing because he thought it would make it easier for me. I love sewing because it means that I can create clothes from my own imagination that nobody else in the world owns, and I can make them into reality. I am really interested in ethical and sustainable fashion, so being able to create my own clothes, my own wardrobe, out of fabrics that I often thrift or get from secondhand stores or from things that I already own really allows me to live out my own values. I love sewing on the Bernina 335 because it's really easy to use and it's really reliable and it's a really cute compact machine. Yet it packs a punch, it has a lot of power. I also love that it's really quiet. I often live in apartment buildings where I share walls with neighbors, so it's really good that I'm not keeping them up at all hours of the night while I'm sewing. The quality of the Bernina 335 is Swiss, which means I know that it's really reliable and that it's going to last for years to come. I know that I have a friend for life. I love being part of the Bernina family because I know that they care about both their machines and the people who sew on them. The buttons on the B335 are really clearly arranged and easy to use and see. I love the built-in needle threader because it makes threading a needle a breeze. The machines are really easy to use for beginners and for someone who's a little bit more experienced like me. The B335 has 6 inches of space this side of the needle, which means I have plenty of room to manipulate and move my projects around. It also is really easy to get into hard to reach areas like cuffs and sleeves. The 3 series has a front-loading bobbin, which makes it really easy to load and also means that I can just leave my project underneath the needle and there's no need to change it when my bobbin runs out. They have this little screen here, which gives you advice on what foot you should be using when you choose any particular stitch, which is awesome because it kind of knows what I'm doing before I do. The bobbin and the hook are made from solid metal, which makes them really durable. It's not made from plastic, which makes it very long lasting. I love that the 3 series has a huge range of decorative stitches, which can also be mirrored as well, which kind of gives you a whole nother set of decorative stitches. It also has a 5.5mm stitch width, which means that I can adjust the stitches to any width that I want for my project. I love this because it means that I can really create garments that no one else in the world has. I can sew really fast on this. I can drive this machine at 900 stitches per minute, which works well for me because I can be pretty impatient while I'm sewing. The 3 series has a reverse sewing button, which is easy to reach at the front of the machine just with your thumb while you're sewing. This is important because it secures the end of stitches when you're doing straight stitching. I love the automatic buttonhole foot that comes with the B335 because it makes sewing buttonholes really fast and easy to do. It also has an alphabet function, which I can use to create my own custom homemade garment labels, which I love doing, and I'm able to save them long term inside the machine. It even has a pattern end button, which I can press while I'm doing a pattern, and it means that the pattern will be fully completed until the very last stitch. The 3 series comes with several feet already included for buttonholes, zippers, and for blind stitching. The 3 series also comes with a slide-on table, which is really easy to attach, and it also means that I have a much larger space for sewing all of my projects. The knee lifter is great because it allows you to raise and lower the sewing foot without having your hands get in the way. This makes it really easy to sew. I love that the Bernina 335 has everything that I need. The only limit is my own creativity, really, and if I need anything else, I know that I can just call up my local Bernina dealer. The first time that I used a Bernina 3 series myself, I was blown away with how cool it was. I definitely recommend that you test drive a Bernina for yourself today.
Bernina, made to create.